Good evening, Belize. It's Wednesday and you're watching News 5. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. Tonight, we're asking some tough questions. Is the government's $2.5 million rent bill just old news or a sign of a deeper spending problem? Prime Minister John Bersenio shares his take. Also, the Minister of Finance isn't happy. And it's all because the Belize Tax Service went public with the names of tax defaulters. Was it transparency or a step too far? Plus, $70,000 a year for a police advisor. Is that a smart investment or a burden on taxpayers? And in court today, a survivor of the Ramnarace triple murder relives the night of terror. Her emotional testimony could be key in the trial of Elmer Na. All that and more coming up at the top of the hour. News 5 starts now.
Every purchase at Design Depot gives you a chance to win one of two $2,500 shopping sprees. Design Depot, all in one place. Mile 3 on the Philip Golson Highway.
This newscast is brought to you by the Belize Bank Limited. Our country, your bank.
Welcome back. Prime Minister John Bersenio says there's nothing surprising about the government spending over $2 million a year on office rentals. According to him, this isn't a new issue, and his administration is already working on solutions. But here's the thing. While the PM points to plans like a new judiciary center in Lake Independence and a future government office campus, there's still no clear timeline for when these projects will actually break ground. Bersenio also highlighted that the government pays $22,000 a month to rent just one building. Money, he admits, could easily cover a mortgage instead. So, if the problem is well known and the cost is so high, why is the progress so slow?
We are working on that. If you notice, we are building, we're starting to work on building a magistrate, or sorry, a judiciary center right here on Lake Independence Boulevard. We're working along with Social Security and the government of Belize, and we're getting some investments from, I think, from other bondholders to be able to build a huge campus, secure everything there. We're working on that. We want to get partner either with the private sector or ourselves. Look at this place right here with the 5 Cs. The government pays for that. We're paying $22,000 a rent amount. That can pay a mortgage, and that's exactly what we're working. So you're not coming with nothing new. We are working on that. We are adjusting it. But when you look, and I don't have the exact number right now, but when you see where we were in 2020 to where we are today, and you see how much more how much more rentals we've been getting, it's not much.
Is the government doing enough to cut wasteful spending, or just talking about it? And how long should taxpayers wait for real change? $15,000 a month. That's what the Ministry of Home Affairs is paying just to rent office space in Belmopan. That's a hefty price tag. And today we asked Minister Kareem Musa the big question: who's getting those rental checks? And wouldn't it make sense for the government to invest that money in building its own offices? Here's what he had to say.
We currently occupy the premises, the first floor on Constitution Drive. I believe this property belongs to Abadis. I'm not sure, I think it's Special Effects. They're the owners of the property. And just so you know, the last administration was paying more. We were able to negotiate a reduction in the amount of rent that was payable. Under COVID, thanks to COVID, we were able to get a reduction in the amount of rent, but no doubt the landlord is behind us for an increase because we are out of COVID times. So I just wanted to make that point.
Do you think it's high time we stop paying people's mortgages and paying people's loans at the banks with these rental fees?
I am absolutely a huge supporter, huge advocate of that position. Obviously, that is going to require a financial institution, whether a local institution or foreign institution, coming in to provide a very substantial loan, because we're looking at perhaps something in the range of $40 to $60 million to create a government campus that can house all of these offices. And so obviously that is something that we need to focus on moving forward, because I do agree that over time it's going to be worth it. And so if you can enter into a public-private partnership whereby you pay this very same rent for a period of, say, 20 to 30 years, but after that you become the owners of it, I think that is going to make a lot more sense. And so I think that is the direction that the government is going to be looking at.
Prime Minister John Bersenio isn't pleased with the Belize Tax Service's recent move to publish the names of tax defaulters. While the agency says it's within its legal rights, the PM believes the list should have stayed private. He argues that many small businesses end up in tax trouble not because they're dodging payments, but because they simply don't understand the filing process. And while the government can't legally erase tax debts, Bersenio says they've been stepping in to help, negotiating lower penalties and interest rates to ease the burden. But is naming and shaming tax defaulters a fair way to enforce compliance? Or does it risk crushing the very small businesses the government claims to support? PM Bersenio insists his administration isn't out to hurt entrepreneurs.
It's unfortunate that that was made public. It should have, and I'm speaking for myself, it should have not been made public, and we should have continued working with these individuals to work with them. As you know, there have been tremendous growth in the economy over the past 4 years, and nobody can dispute the fact. And but it's unfortunate that some small businesses, many instances, because they don't know how to go about filing their taxes, are in problems. But we stepped in. We step in whenever they ask us for help. We cannot write off taxes. It's only the National Assembly. Well, how do we help? We would then try to negotiate with with BTS, the Belize Tax Service, to try to remove the interest or the penalties so it could make it more affordable. We do not want to get anybody out of business. We want more businesses. We want more entrepreneurs. That's why we've been doing a lot of work with Beltrade, working with a lot of small businesses for them to be able to thrive in this growing economy.
All eyes are on Belize City tomorrow, where government and union negotiators are set to meet once again. On the table, that long-standing demand for an 8.5% salary adjustment. The government is expected to present its counter-proposal, and today we asked Prime Minister John Bersenio what the unions can expect. Here's what he had to say.
What I've said with the unions that I will not comment. I want the ministers and the deputy prime minister that will put in charge of that to be able to comment on that. They will meet with the unions tomorrow, as opposed to just sending the letter. We'll meet to them, give them the letter, and we hope that they're going to accept. I think we've been bending over, trying to accommodate as best as we can, but we're trying to do something for not only for the unions but for the country, because at the end of the day, it's all of us taxpayers that will have to pay that. Okay?
Is the government truly out of money or out of ideas? And should voters hold themselves accountable when promises go unmet? Former opposition Senator Mike Parafit isn't holding back when it comes to the ongoing standoff between Belize's unions and the government. Teachers, public officers, and their managers are still locked in a dispute with the Bersenio administration over an 8.5% salary adjustment and other unmet demands. But Parafit says the unions shouldn't be surprised. In his view, the People's United Party government has failed to grow the economy since taking office in 2020, and now it's struggling to meet its financial obligations. He points out a tough truth. Many public officers voted for this government. Parafit accuses the administration of painting a rosy picture of economic success while failing to deliver on promises, especially financial ones. He challenges anyone to name a single new viable industry that has boosted the economy under the current leadership.
With the unions, well, we could have told them that. I mean, the PUP paint this rosy picture of a government that's flush with cash and doing so well, and they can't meet their legal obligations to the unions. Well, I say this as well too for some of the people in the public service. You also get the government that you vote for. A lot of them voted PUP. This is their government. So they must ask themselves why their government is not helping them. And they must see the government that they have elected. They're deceptive, and they don't plan on keeping their promises ever, especially their financial promises. I totally believe then that they don't have it. They have not grown this economy since they came to government in 2020. They have done nothing. Name me one new growth industry that's viable, that has added to this economy. Name me one. They have done nothing to grow the economy. They have done nothing to generate revenue.
The back and forth between Police Commissioner Dr. Richard Rosado and PSU President Dean Flowers took center stage recently. And now Minister of Home Affairs Karim Musa is weighing in. According to Musa, Flowers fired the first shot in this war of words. So, should the top cop even be involved in a union dispute? And what does the minister think about those bold ads targeting union leaders? We put those questions to him today. Here's his response.
Well, the Belize Police Department and Dr. Rosado are not the ones creating any sort of ads. We are not in any way trying to attack the union. So let us not try to bridge those two or combine those two together. I believe those are political ads. I believe if you look back at the history of how this all started, I believe that Mr. Flowers was personally heavily attacking the Commissioner of Police, calling him a bully, calling him a puppet. quite unreasonably so and unjustifiably so, in my opinion. Dr. Rosado has only been acting in his most professional capacity. I think they handle all of the demonstrations quite professionally. Obviously, the one in Dangriga went on a little longer, went on for almost 2 hours. And of course, the police department have a responsibility to commuters and to citizens. And so that situation got a little tense, obviously. The commissioner was able to sit down with the unions after that, and they were able to make peace. And so the commissioner has always accepted and honored the request of unions when they want to peacefully protest. It's just that there has to be this level of cooperation and understanding, which I think the unions have since demonstrated.
Coming up, is the 13th Amendment a step forward or a step too far? More when we return.
This is where blue innovation meets green ambition and orange creativity thrives. Join us for the Belize Investment Summit 2025, September 3rd to 5th at the Sunset Carib in San Pedro. This is the future of regional integration, and it starts here. Whether you're returning home, expanding regionally, or entering new markets, Belize welcomes you. Why Belize? Why now? Belize Investment Summit 2025. Bridging markets, building resilience. September 3rd to 5th, Sunset Carib, San Pedro. Visit investmentsummit.bz to register and be part of shaping the investment frontier.
Belize City, get ready. The Quality Poultry Products 50th anniversary celebration is landing at our North Front Street branch with a massive fair on Saturday, June 28th, starting bright and early at 7:15 a.m. We're bringing the fun with hourly raffles, spin the wheel giveaways, and unbelievable chicken deals. Get 50 cents off per pound on legs and bag, neck and back for just $12 per crate, plus 10% off groceries. Some restrictions apply. And don't miss out on special discounts on Running W and country meats. There's tons of fun for the kids too. Ozzy the Clown, face painting, and a bouncy house, and music to keep the vibes high. Join us at Quality Poultry Products Belize City Branch, because this isn't just a fair, it's a celebration of you, our amazing community. Quality Poultry Products, proudly celebrating 50 years of service to Belize.
Are you ready for KTV The Remix Season 7? The stage is set, the lights are on, and the voices are coming back stronger than ever. KTV The Remix Season 7 returns on July 1st, and it's going to be bigger, bolder, and more electrifying. New voices, new talent, fame, iconic showdown. Who will rise? Who will remix? Who will rule the stage? Tuesday, July 1st, the comeback begins. KTV, The Remix Season 7, where talent takes the mic.
My name is Carlton Flowers and I'm the owner of Back to My Roots Art from the Heart, and in this store I produce a lot of handmade ornaments. Before I had access, it was a big problem because the tourist doesn't carry as much cash. We needed to have the machine to make the business a success. Dealing with the machine, I don't have to take time out from the store to go and or send people to go to the bank. I would recommend Belize Bank digital service because it has done a lot for me personally. It has done a lot for my business. It helps me with paying my bills online, and I really appreciate that the staff took time out and teach me what I needed to get done. So I'm very happy that now I can do it confidently on my own.
Open Your Eyes morning show, bringing Belize to you. Our next stop is stunning Placencia. Join us as the country tour continues and we head to the vibrant, sun-kissed shores of Placencia, where the culture is rich, the food is mouth-watering, and the people are full of life. Expect exciting interviews, local highlights, hidden gems, and the warmth that only the South can offer. From beach vibes to village pride, Placencia, we're coming your way. Join us on June 30th at 6:30 a.m. as we bring Belize to you. Only on Open Your Eyes, start your morning right.
Powered by Digi, or National Telecom.
In our world that's always changing, one thing stays the same.
Our promise as Smart Belize to keep you connected.
Connected to the moments, the people, and the future that matter most.
With every new tower, our service upgrades, and every new smile, we're keeping our promise in building more than a network.
We're building a future, a family, as Smart Belize. From Punta Gorda to Corozal, we are here not just as a network, but as your partner in progress.
We have grown significantly over the past 20 years, and we just keep growing. Thank you for placing your trust in us. We remain dedicated to providing meaningful connections that bring value in every way that matters to you. We continue to bring people together.
In a gripping courtroom moment, Yenny Alberto, the sole surviving witness in the Ramnareis family triple murder, took the stand to describe the terrifying events of New Year's Eve 2022. Alberto, the common law partner of victim David Ramnareis, recalled a peaceful evening spent with David, his brother John, John's wife Vivian, and their baby at the couple's home in Mayamopan. They were cooking, chatting, and playing games, just enjoying the holiday. But everything changed when the dogs started barking. John and David stepped outside to check, and Alberto followed. She noticed someone walking toward them but didn't get a good look. Moments later, Vivian joined them at the door. As Alberto turned to speak with her, gunshots rang out. Alberto said she instinctively pushed Vivian inside and tried to shut the door. She was shot in the stomach and collapsed in the living room. Despite her injury, she managed to escape through the back door and hide. She later ran to a neighbor for help and was rushed to the hospital. Under cross-examination, Alberto admitted she couldn't identify the shooter, only describing the person as dressed in black. Defense attorney Dr. Lyndon Jones questioned whether the group initially mistook the gunfire for New Year's fireworks. Earlier in the day, 3 medical professionals testified. 2 doctors confirmed that Vivian was alert and coherent in the days following the shooting. A mental health expert also spoke about helping Vivian prepare to tell her daughter about her father's death. The final witness was Justice of the Peace Catherine McKenzie, who supervised Vivian's police statement before her death. That statement, which reportedly names the shooter, will be examined in court tomorrow. The trial continues before Justice Nigel Pilgrim. A major drug bust in the heart of the city. Police have taken over 70 pounds of suspected cannabis off the streets. It happened just after midday during a joint anti-drug operation in the Kings Park area of Belize City. Officers executed a search at a residence and made a surprising discovery: 30 parcels of suspected cannabis hidden in 2 containers, one of them a black plastic barrel. At the center of it all, a 24-year-old Belizean woman, Rebecca Marlene Daniels, who was at the home during the search. She's currently unemployed and now facing serious questions from the authorities. There's a new constitutional amendment on the table, and it's got people talking. Critics from the National Trade Union Congress to the opposition and defense attorneys are sounding the alarm. They say it could lower the bar for declaring a state of emergency and open the door to government overreach. But Minister of Home Affairs Karim Musa is pushing back. He says the 13th Amendment isn't introducing anything new. It's simply giving constitutional backing to a law that's already on the books. In fact, he points out the language comes straight from a 1993 law passed by the United Democratic Party. So why the outrage now? Musa argues that critics may be forgetting their own history.
As you know, this is now going to be the 13th amendment to our Constitution, which obviously is a very limited amount of constitutional amendments that have been made since our independence. What we have to understand is that whenever you're making an amendment to the Constitution, whether for better or in some cases some might consider it to be for worse, there is going to be criticism from various entities, especially the opposition. But if you ask me, and it reminds me of the old Belizean saying that fisherman never said a fish stink, because when you look at the state of emergency that came under scrutiny.
Does embedding this law in the Constitution protect public safety, or does it make it harder to challenge in court if it's ever misused? The proposed 13th Amendment is stirring up serious debate in Belize. The government says it's about tightening laws around states of emergency, especially in areas hit hard by crime. But critics, like returning UDP chairman and attorney Mike Parafit, are raising red flags. Parafit argues that no law should block people from accessing the courts. In his view, if someone believes their freedom has been taken unfairly, they must have the right to challenge it in court. Anything less, he says, could be unconstitutional. So here's the big question. Can a government strengthen public safety without weakening individual rights? And if courts are the last line of defense for our freedoms, should any law limit access to them?
I don't know that you can write any law, I think that's well established, that could prevent access to the courts. I think the court's original jurisdiction to hear all matters would naturally, in my view, make that law unconstitutional or illegal. I believe it's well established that no law can be passed to say that you cannot take a matter to court. I think all matters could be taken to court for which the court would have jurisdiction. And certainly, if someone is deprived of their liberty and they believe that it's been done in a wrong way, I cannot imagine a court saying that they will not hear them or hear the issues and make a determination on it.
As this amendment moves through Parliament, it's not just a legal issue. It's a test of how we balance justice, safety, and democracy. A major telecom showdown is brewing. Smart's parent company, SpeedNet, is taking the Brissenu administration to court. The company has been granted judicial leave to challenge 2 government contracts awarded to BTL, claiming they weren't even given a chance to bid. One of those contracts is tied to the Ministry of Education's Connect Ed program, and another was signed just this year. But that's not all. SpeedNet is also going after the Ministry of Home Affairs over a CCTV contract. Today, we asked Minister Karim Musa for his take on the legal battle.
I have not seen it. I was informed by the AG's ministry yesterday, and so I'm hoping to have a meeting with the Attorney General and the council over at the AG's ministry to go over what the letter, because I don't think it's a claim, I think it's a letter of action. So I want to have a chance to review it with the Attorney General before discussing it.
And in other contract news, this one's not heading to court. Minister of Home Affairs Karim Musa has confirmed that the owners of iSecurity and 4 Diamonds won't be suing the government, despite their airport security contract being cancelled. Instead, the contract is going back to tender. So it's back to the drawing board for airport security services.
I think there were certain rules and regulations within the Act that were not conformed with, and so those security contracts, they have come out of them. The government has come out of them, and as I understand it, the parties who were awarded the contracts are not intending to sue, and so that's a good result. But as you rightly said, the Prime Minister has clarified that point, that it did not go through the proper tendering process, and so we can expect to see those now going back to tender.
A senior police officer, Aaron Guzman, is set to earn $70,000 a year, plus a government vehicle for serving as an advisor to the CEO of the Ministry of Home Affairs. The deal is raising eyebrows, especially as public scrutiny over government spending grows louder. Critics are asking, is this a smart use of taxpayer money or just another example of questionable government contracts? But Minister of Home Affairs Karim Musa says there's nothing unusual here. According to him, these kinds of contracts are standard practice across ministries.
It's not anything new. These government contracts exist in all ministries. Obviously, the CEO comes from an administrative background, not a policing background, and so having the type of advice and counsel from somebody like a senior like Aaron Guzman has been very valuable to the ministry and valuable to the CEO in the conduct of her duties.
Still, the question remains, should taxpayers be footing the bill for this kind of advisory role? And if it's so common, should there be more transparency about how these contracts are awarded and evaluated? After the break, 5Cs constructing new headquarters on UB Belmopan campus. But first, here's the latest weather update from the Belize Met Service.
La Isla Bonita. Get ready. Quality Poultry Products San Pedro branch is throwing a 50th anniversary fair you won't want to miss. Join us on Saturday, June 28th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. for a full day of fun, flavor, and fantastic deals. Spin the wheel for your chance to win. Plus, enjoy discounts everywhere you turn. Score special discounts on country meats and running W products. And don't miss out on free samples bursting with flavor. Bring the whole family and soak up the good vibes with vibrant music, hourly raffles, and giveaways all day long. And of course, amazing chicken deals. Get 50 cents off per pound legs and bag, neck and back just $12 per crate, and 10% off groceries. Some restrictions apply. It's not just a fair, it's a celebration of 50 years of serving Belize. And you are the reason we're here.
¿Estás planeando un viaje a Belice? Aquí te mostramos cómo completar tu formulario de llegada y declarar en 5 sencillos pasos. Paso 1. Visita belizetravel.immigration.gov.bz. Paso 2. Selecciona el formulario adecuado para llegadas y elige llegando a Belice. Paso 3. Proporciona los detalles de tu viaje de origen, incluyendo el aeropuerto de salida y tu país de residencia. Paso 4. Completa cuidadosamente completa el formulario de inmigración, agrega dependientes si es necesario, declara equipaje, moneda y mercancías y confirma que tus datos sean correctos. Paso 5. Descarga tu formulario completado y toma una captura de pantalla de tu código QR y del número de identificación para presentarlo al oficial de inmigración. Gracias por usar Belize iTravel. ¡Feliz viaje!
Veracidad, imparcialidad.
Este es el término utilizado.
Hemos estado haciendo el trabajo como organización.
Y tus noticias en español.
Están en aguas beliceñas, entonces esta bandera se queda aquí.
Sintoniza Canal 5 cada viernes a las 7 de la noche.
Tenemos que resolver dos grandes problemas de este país.
Su voz importa, su acción cuenta.
Transfusión sanguínea, elementos que indican un deterioro evidente del estado de salud.
Somos Noticiero 5 semanal.
Perdió la vida en un heroico intento de proteger a su hermano. El Tribunal de Magistrados de la ciudad de Belice se paralizó. La policía está investigando 2 asesinatos separados.
Tu fuente de información.
A precision-engineered and sustainably made tire change your world? A tire that gives you strength and safety when you need it most.
What we learn on the track, we innovate.
For the road, bringing next-level quality and reliability to every drive. At GT, we believe our tires can deeply improve the driving experience for each and every one of us, whatever our goals. Enjoy driving. GT Tire.
Hi there. Are you on your phone right now, scrolling on social media, listening to the radio, or watching TV? Have you ever stopped to think, what's powering my device right now? You see, electricity is essential for everyday life, powering our homes, businesses, transportation, and of course, that one binge-worthy series that you just can't stop watching. But how does it all work? This season on the What's and Why's of Energy, we're taking you behind the scenes, bringing you the latest updates and answers to your biggest energy questions. My name is Emmanuel Petch, and I invite you to join us as we go live on Facebook and get ready to see energy in a whole new light. Like, share, and follow us to be part of the conversation.
Belize Electricity Limited, providing you safe and reliable power when you need it.
Stop wasting your time and money. Come to Publix, where every dollar counts. So why shop anywhere else? Find the freshest fruits and vegetables handpicked for your family. Need something quick and delicious? Our ready-made rotisserie chicken is hot and ready to go. And with Publix rewards, you'll save big while shopping for everything you love and need. Publix, fresh, affordable, for you.
Serving Belizean families for 27 years.
Belmopan is about to become the new hub for climate action in the Caribbean. The University of Belize's main campus will soon be home to the new headquarters of the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center, also known as the 5 Cs. Ground was officially broken today, marking the start of a major project on 5 acres of UB land. And it all comes as the 5 Cs celebrates 20 years of leading the fight against climate change. News 5's Paul Lopez was there and brings us this report.
Today, the University of Belize and the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center broke ground for the construction of 5 Cs headquarters on UB Belmopan campus. An official groundbreaking ceremony was held at the location in tandem with the 5 Cs 20th anniversary. Executive Director at 5 Cs, Dr. Colin Young, says it's a mutually beneficial partnership.
This is going to be a mutually strategic partnership where the 5 Cs will assist UB to develop a center of excellence, have climate change program, provide scholarships and training for faculty and students, and the 5 Cs will also assist with resource mobilization to help the university.
The event saw the presence of a Caribbean delegation, including Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Philip Pierre. Prime Minister John Briceño was also present to give remarks and participate in the ceremonial groundbreaking.
For me, it's a sense of accomplishment. As I've said before, the Climate Change Center, when the 5 Cs, when it agreed to come to Belize, I was the Deputy Prime Minister, the Minister of Natural Resources and Environment, and we worked several years along with Prime Minister Musa back then to get the support from the Caribbean to put the 5 Cs in Belize. And now we can look back and realize that, yes, it was the right decision. Belize has everything. It's a living laboratory where you can go from the sea all the way up the way into the mountains, into the forest, the wildlife, the fisheries, the marine life. So we have everything here. And so now 20 years, coming to 20 years later now as a Prime Minister, it gives you a sense of accomplishment to see that something that you started off have come to this.
It was a full circle moment today at the University of Belize as UB President Dr. Vincent Palacio called it a homecoming. 2 decades after the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center first started in a small room on campus, the university is now breaking ground for the center's brand new headquarters right back where it all began.
So now look at us today, breaking ground for the headquarters. I say to 5 Cs, welcome back home. Today marks a significant step forward in how we prepare our nation and region for the climate challenges ahead. The University of Belize has allocated 5 acres of its campus to the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center because we understand that education must engage directly with national development. Climate change is not an abstract issue. It is here. And our response must be rooted in institutions that serve.
St. Lucia's President Philip Pierre also took to the podium to share a few remarks.
I see that as the start of the construction of a center of excellence, a center where they can be apart from the regular things that happen in these buildings. I see us building a center of excellence, a center where there can be rigorous intellectual debate, a center of research, a center where we can sit with our academics, our intellectuals, people who are in the forefront of climate change, and work to get some homegrown solutions to the climate crisis.
The Caribbean Community Climate Change Center will continue to celebrate its 20th anniversary throughout the course of the week. Tonight, an awards ceremony is being hosted in Belize City. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
When we return, preserving the lives of Belizean seafarers here and beyond.
Belize is blessed with incredible beauty, from our lush rainforests to our crystal clear seas. But this beauty is under threat. Plastic pollution is choking our oceans, harming our wildlife, and putting our communities at risk. This World Environment Day, let's stand together to beat plastic pollution. Say no to single-use plastics. Choose sustainable options. Support businesses that care. Together, we can keep Belize clean, green, and plastic-free. Let's do this for us and for the future.
Welcome to Brody's Pharmacy,
where our trained and licensed pharmacists have been serving the public for over 100 years.
Thank you. Brody's Pharmacy has the widest selection of vitamins and supplements that I need.
It's our mission to supply all your prescription needs. We take pride in our fast, friendly, and professional prescription services.
I am amazed at how professional these pharmacists are.
We are agents of all leading brands such as Fitzroy, Johnson, Dank, Carlisle, Quality Choice, Sophia, Pfizer, Dynarex, and so much more.
They have the highest quality medication in the country.
We keep coming to Brody's Pharmacy because of the extra care and attention we always receive here.
Excuse me, sir, can I help you with that?
Thank you, young man. See where we shop at Brody's Pharmacy?
We have 3 convenient locations in Belmopan, Belize City Albert Street, and 2.5 miles Philip Olson Highway. We also offer wholesale services on all our medication. Come on over to Brody's Pharmacy for service, value, and satisfaction. Your health is our priority.
Unwrap the joy of crystal clear picture and sound from Aiwa, the brand that offers you affordability and exceptional quality. Aiwa has a wide range of exceptional products to choose from, such as TVs, speakers, headphones, home appliances, and much more at affordable prices that won't break the bank. Enhance your audio-visual entertainment experience with Aiwa, and for your convenience, parts are readily available in country for hassle-free maintenance. You can find Aiwa products at your local electronics store countrywide. Choose Aiwa, the best in home entertainment and household appliances.
In our world that's always changing, one thing stays the same.
Our promise as Smart Belize to keep you connected.
Connected to the moments, the people, and the future that matter most.
With every new tower, our service upgrades, and every new smile, we're keeping our promise in building more than a network.
We're building a future, a family, as Smart Belize. From Punta Gorda to Corozal, we are here not just as a network, but as your partner in progress.
We have grown significantly over the past 20 years, and we just keep growing. Thank you for placing your trust in us. We remain dedicated to providing meaningful connections that bring value in every way that matters to you. We continue to bring people together.
Measles is a virus that is highly infectious and spreads through the air when an infected person coughs or sneezes. It often starts with a fever, cough, runny nose, and red, watery eyes, followed by a rash that spreads all over the body. Measles can cause serious complications. But here's the good news. Measles is preventable. The safest and most effective way to protect your child is through vaccination. The MMR vaccine is safe and available at your nearest health centers and clinics. Let's keep our families and communities safe. Get vaccinated. Stay protected. Brought to you by the Ministry of Health and Wellness in partnership with PAHO and UNICEF.
Today is not just another day at sea. It's International Seafarers Day, a time to recognize the unsung heroes who keep global trade moving and our shelves stocked. Right here in Belize, efforts are underway to make sure every vessel in our waters is not just seaworthy, but safe for the hard-working crews on board. The Belize Port Authority and Imarbe have teamed up for a 2-week training focused on flag safety procedures. News 5's Brittany Gordon was on the ground to bring us the full story.
Before any ship sets sail, it must pass a serious safety check, and that includes meeting international standards tied to the flag it flies. For vessels registered under the Belizean flag, that means strict compliance with global maritime and environmental rules. To make sure those standards are met, the Belize Port Authority and Imarbe have teamed up with experts from the Italian Shipping Academy for a special training right here at home. Acting Ports Commissioner Kaylon Young says it's a big step forward in keeping our waters and our crews safe.
Internationally, we are obligated to inspect vessels, and that's from flag state perspective and coastal state perspective. So vessels that fly our flag internationally, they must be inspected by Imarbe, and the foreign vessels that come into our waters must be inspected by the Belize Port Authority. We don't have these trainings here in country, so we often have to send people outside of the country to do this training and get this technical expertise. What we've done now is to maximize on our resources and brought this Italian institution here to Belize to come and train the participants.
The International Merchant and Marine Registry of Belize, Imarbe, which facilitates the registry of vessels under the Belizean flag, plays a crucial role in ensuring that these vessels adhere to conventions, laws, and regulations that Belize has in effect. Kenisha Allen of Imarbe says that the organization jumped on the opportunity to strengthen their inspection capacity.
We're sister companies, I guess that's the term that we can utilize, where with the International Maritime Organization, Belize is a member state. Being a part of that organization, you have the flag, which is the registry, the port, and coast. So we've all integrated into ensuring that we all have similar types of training and collaboration for different maritime events, such as the Day of the Seafarer, which is today, June 25th, and is celebrated globally.
The Italian Shipping Academy typically trains a limited number of participants through the International Maritime Safety, Security and Environment Academy. This year, the organization wanted to increase the number of participants they were able to reach by traveling to Belize for the session.
The Italian Shipping Academy Department IMC, the IMC department, is used to provide for vocational courses on maritime safety and security issues according to the IMO models with the IMO, in collaboration with the IMO. So IMC is born on 2009, so since that date we are going to provide for this kind of course. And when IMARBE and the Belize Port Authority reached us out for asking us for expertise and to improve the capacity building of their officers, we directly said yes, absolutely yes.
The Academy built a model course tailored specifically to Belize's needs to identify inefficiencies and promote safer, cleaner shipping procedures.
For ships that come into our Belizean waters, we have to ensure that all their emergency equipments are up to par. Emergency firefighting gears, emergency generators. If the ship loses power, we have to ensure that the ship has sufficient means to regain back its power. If the ship loses steering, we have to ensure that the emergency steering is functional. We have to ensure that if there's a fire on board, the ship has the capacity to fight this fire on board. We have to ensure that the ships are not polluting or discharging any pollutants in our waters. And so this training helps us to develop that capacity to know what to look for. So when we go and do our inspections, we are more equipped with the knowledge and the expertise to ensure our safety of our resources.
This training is not just about technical procedures. It is about preserving lives and ensuring that Belize is doing its part to create safer waters globally. Brittany Gordon for News 5.
Is Belize really stuck in the past when it comes to economic progress? That's what a new study from the University of Belize suggests. But Prime Minister John Briceño isn't convinced. Earlier this week, renowned economist Professor Victor Bulmer Thomas presented a bold claim that Belizeans' living standards haven't improved in over 2 decades. The research, titled "The Belizean Economy in the 21st Century," is sparking serious debate. But the Prime Minister says, hold on, he hasn't read the full report yet, but he's already questioning its conclusions. In fact, he's suggesting the researchers check with the IMF before making such claims. So is this a wake-up call or just academic noise?
Well, then I think they need to go and talk to the IMF. It's not us that are doing that. So it's the IMF. It's not with us. So let them go and talk to them. And if they know more than if they know more than the IMF, that's fine. I've just got the professor that he, but that's I would not. I've just started reading it. But what it was pointed out, well, an important thing to find that under the UDP, this country regressed. We're finally catching up to where we were in 2007 when there was a PUP government. And in 4 years, we've done that. We've turned things around. And now we're building on that. We're working in the services, with BPOs, with tourism, agriculture, the exports that we're having in agriculture, we have never seen before. We have Guatemalans coming in and they buy milk, they buy eggs, they buy chicken, they buy coconuts, they buy everything that we have, and we need to take advantage of that.
Up next, can the Caribbean curb the flow of illegal guns?
La formación del Centro Neurológico del Hospital Galenia es que esas enfermedades que son altamente complejas y que muchos de nuestros pacientes tenían que emigrar hacia otra parte de la República u otra parte de México ahora puedan ser atendidos aquí.
La atención quirúrgica en el centro neurológico se forma dentro de un grupo multidisciplinario que incluye tanto neurólogos, médicos internistas, ortopedistas, neurocirujanos, pediatras. Y este esfuerzo que se ha realizado para conjuntar todos los especialistas es para siempre brindar al paciente un abordaje multidisciplinario y transversal.
Evidentemente, mientras más rápido podamos llegar al diagnóstico de los pacientes, más rápido podemos tratarlos, resolverlos y por ende mejor resultado vamos a tener al final. Entonces creo que la prioridad y el fundamento principal de un proyecto como este es justamente eso, que no se pierda tiempo de forma innecesaria para poder al final del día llegar al mejor de los resultados con un tratamiento completo, integral y oportuno.
Y las visiones desde diferentes perspectivas nos permiten tener pues el mejor tratamiento y la mejor opción para el paciente.
Tenemos la capacidad técnica, operativa, profesional y la infraestructura de poder establecer una atención neurológica de alta calidad.
Prepare for the heat and stay cool with a Reamer Gree air conditioning unit from Benny's.
Choose the right BTU unit size for your bedroom or living room and enjoy complete comfort. You can also save money with an inverter unit that is energy efficient. When the heat is on, stay cool and comfortable with an affordable, dependable AC unit from Ream or Green. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Are you ready for KTV The Remix Season 7? The stage is set, the lights are on, and the voices are coming back stronger than ever. KTV The Remix Season 7 returns on July 1st, and it's going to be bigger, bolder, and more electrifying. New voices, new talent, same iconic showdown. Who will rise? Who will remix? Who will rule the stage? Tuesday, July 1st, the comeback begins. KTV The Remix Season 7, where talent takes the mic.
Life is full of precious moments we're cherishing, moments that shape our present and lay the foundation for our future. But amidst life's beautiful tapestry, there are uncertainties we must confront. How do we secure today while protecting tomorrow? Introducing RF&G Life Insurance, your partner in safeguarding what matters most. With a RF&G Life Insurance plan, you can ensure financial security for your loved ones, providing them with a safety net for the future. From identifying and recommending plans suitable for your unique needs to expert advice every step of the way, RF&G Life Insurance is committed to protecting your family's legacy. Choose RF&G Life Insurance for peace of mind you can rely on. RF&G Life Insurance, securing today, protecting tomorrow. Your life, your legacy.
Let's take a journey through the core functions of the Social Security Board. It all starts with registering as an insured person, employer, or self-employed individual. Sign up for a portal account to manage your Social Security information online. Just provide accurate information and click Create. This will give you access to a range of services and benefits. Next, your contribution, along with investments and other income, are collected and distributed into 3 funds. This ensures that the SSB fund is securely utilized to support various benefit programs. The SSB is committed to providing essential benefits such as sickness, maternity, injury, and pension. These benefits are paid out to eligible individuals as a part of the Social Security coverage. We help you navigate through life's challenges with financial security. Annual surplus accumulates to grow the fund each year. This surplus is invested into various industries, contributing to the growth and development of our nation. With each passing year, the fund continues to grow due to the annual surplus and interest revenue earned from prudent investments. This surplus, along with reserves, helps to bolster the SSB fund and provide a safety net for those in need. We've arrived at the end of our journey to better understanding how the SSB works. We remain committed to serving you and building a secure future for all Belizeans.
Week after week, Scald presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scald is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scald, a look into the future.
In our world that's always changing, one thing stays the same.
Our promise as Smart Belize to keep you connected.
Connected to the moments, the people, and the future that matter most.
With every new tower, our service upgrades, and every new smile, we're keeping our promise in building more than a network.
We're building a future, a family as Smart Belize. From Punta Gorda to Corozal, we are here not just as a network, but as your partner in progress.
We have grown significantly over the past 20 years, and we just keep growing. Thank you for placing your trust in us. We remain dedicated to providing meaningful connections that bring value in every way that matters to you. We continue to bring people together.
The Caribbean is facing a deadly challenge. Illegal firearms are flooding the region, fueling gang violence and pushing homicide rates to alarming levels. In response, three major players, Telecom, Impacts, the European Union and Finance, have joined forces to fight back. At a recent 5-day training in Trinidad and Tobago, experts from across the region gathered to tackle the issue head-on. The aim is to build stronger intelligence networks, share best practices, and train frontline officers to disrupt the flow of illegal weapons. Lieutenant Colonel Michael Jones didn't sugarcoat it. He says illegal guns are ripping through our communities and leaving devastation in their wake. He emphasized that without regional cooperation and intelligence sharing, efforts to stop the violence will fall short. The numbers are sobering. Between 2009 and 2018, over 22,000 illegal firearms and 300,000 rounds of ammunition were seized in the Caribbean. And from 2018 to 2022, nearly 3/4 of the guns traced in the region came from the United States. So what's being done? The Caribbean Firearms Roadmap now includes 16 countries working together to tighten borders, improve investigations, and reduce gun violence. International partners like the EU, Canada, and the UK are also stepping in with funding and technical support. Will this new wave of cooperation be enough to stop the bloodshed, or is it just a drop in the bucket? As the workshop wraps up, participants are being urged to turn training into action, because in this fight, coordination and trust might be the most powerful weapons of all. It was a proud and emotional day at the Police Training Academy as 216 fresh-faced recruits officially marched into the ranks of law enforcement. That's right, Squad 98 has completed their training, and the cheers from family and friends filled the air as they celebrated this major milestone. But here's what really stood out. A significant number of these new officers are women, marking a powerful shift in the makeup of our police force. We caught up with Minister of Home Affairs Karim Musa at the passing out ceremony to hear what this means for the future of policing in Belize.
This set of graduates today forms part of Squad 98, which quite proudly includes 52 women police officers graduating here today. Of course, over the last few years, we've had a major adjustment in the curriculum that we offer here at the Police Training Academy, very heavy emphasizing on the human rights aspect of policing, community policing, of course, use of technology as an aid and tool in fighting crime and crime prevention. And so these officers are freshly minted now, 216 of them, and they will now make up a total of close to 3,000 police officers in the Belize Police Department.
How have you seen the culture within the department change with the other two squads? Because I believe they were trained very similarly with human rights being at the forefront.
Funnily enough, I was having a discussion with one of our counterparts or strategic partners, a member of the U.S. Embassy team, and he is telling me, and I think that is perhaps the best praise you can get, because if you ask me, obviously I will think we're doing a great job and I can see the shift, but he is saying that since 2020 he has seen a dramatic shift in the style of policing, in the level of trust and confidence that the Belizean population has in the police department. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect, but he certainly can see the strides that have been made and to see where there is some confidence that is being restored by the public.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at greaterbelize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, good night.